Well, hello and welcome once again to another edition of Culture Cove. It's a special one. I mean, we're not usually indoors as usual. And it's for a special reason because we're here to have a chat. A chat with royalty. But before we let out the cat out of the bag about who we're speaking to, let's introduce my co-host here who's with me, Oladipupo. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. It's a beautiful day. You know, the sun is shining. Creeping next to royalties, so I'm beyond words.
Anyway, we have here a special guest in the house. She is a global cultural ambassador, a globe trotter, a cultural icon. I'm sure you've seen her on your phones, on your screens, majestically riding with her horse, gracing Ijebu land. I'm talking about the Ojude Oba festival. I'm talking about Princess Adesile. She joins us now to talk about her journey, what she stands for, how she's pushing cultural preservation, and representing her people across the globe. Welcome, Your Highness. Come in. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So we want to just, go straight into it. You have taken this spot in the limelight. Well, obviously, royalty doesn't just become royalty in a day. You've been there all your life. So what has led to all what we're seeing today? You riding on the horses, you being known as a global cultural icon. And what's your mission, really?
Okay, I'll start from the first question. I've always loved horse riding from when I was little, but then I never got the chance to. Our parents are when, oh no, it's too dangerous, you're going to fall down, you're going to hurt yourself. I never got the opportunity to as a kid. But growing up, as an adult, I can decide to do whatever I want, and I decided to pursue it. And I started riding in Ojude Oba, let's say about 4 years ago. Yes, a lot of people noticed me last year. Well, last year was a mega star. And between last year and this year, I also wanted to make a difference. And not just a difference, impact. Because I noticed that when I started posting my practice, my rehearsals online, a lot of people are interested. And it gave me more reason to even do more. Because I'm like, okay, a lot of people have been scared about this game before. Now they're seeing me. They seem interested. So I need to show them what they can do as well. So I decided to go all in. And that was the result that we saw at Ojude Oba. And it's something I actually love because it's like I've become an inspiration to a lot of people, especially younger girls who also want to do the same thing but don't have the courage. But the more they see me, the more they are like, okay, yes, I think I can do this. And this year's Ojude Oba actually showed us that females are actually interested in horse riding because we experience, I won't say one of the biggest or the biggest turnout of female riders this year. And I so much love it.
So nice. It's no doubt there are so many females this year, even young female riders as well. The likes of Amida Kuku, riding.
I was in Amida's Kuku's first time riding.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, she rode last year as well. I saw her last year. Yeah.
But we saw her this year. Yes. But it's really nice to see all of that. But beyond the glamour of all of this, what do you think are the great values of Ojude Oba? Nigeria, as culture, or per global observer around the world?
Okay, I will start from to Ijebu's. Ojude Oba is our babies. If you see how we treat Ojude Oba, you understand. Most of us treat Ojude Oba like it's our birthday. We go all out for it. So it's our pride. It's like a living moment of our tradition. We all get to showcase where we're from, what we love about it, and that's why Nigeria as a whole has absorbed it. And I feel like Ojude Oba is not even just Ijebu's treasure or Nigerian's treasure anymore. International people are also interested in being a part of it. This year, a lot of brands were on board. I don't know if you noticed, compared to every other years. That's because we're doing something that they are interested in. We're keeping our tradition. And I feel like a lot of people are now moving towards that direction because they can see it that if we don't preserve it, there's nothing for us to leave for our kids. So everybody now wants to be a part of it, which is absolutely stunning. For me, I love it.
Alright, so speaking about the saga, you actually deal well. I think that's something we need to address here. So the question is, what aspects of the deal that would you like to export to the world. And then also, if we can just quickly segue back to female riders, so let people understand, is it the norm for women to ride, or are you challenging stereotypes and breaking through and then bringing other women on board? So let's know those two things.
This question is very tricky because women have been riding, I'm sure, way before I was born. When I was younger, I've seen older women riding. I hardly see young women. And how do I put it? So we won't say that women are not supposed to ride. I would say a lot of women don't have the courage to ride. They want to, or they don't have the courage to. And when they see other young people, definitely you will kickstart something in their brain like, so she can do it, I can also do it as well. So I don't want us to make it seem like the men are stereotyping it. Yes, they are dominating the territory. And that's why people are noticing more women now, because it's like women are infiltrating the space. So it's not like they removed us. It's us women who don't have the courage to be in there. And the moment they start seeing people like me in the space of men, because we won't lie, horse riding has been dominated by men. But now we're entering, and I love the fact that a lot of people are even now interested. By next year, I'm sure we'll probably be halving it. Half men, half women. If it's not 60-40, it'll be 50-50. That's if people don't relate from this year's shower.
Yeah. So that's the second part of my question. What part of Ojude Oba would you like to expose?
I don't want to expect you to change Ojude Oba to remain where it is. I want to bring people to experience it because it's our culture. I'm not taking it anywhere. It's going to be where it should happen, which is Ijebu at the King's Forecourt. But we want people to come and experience it with us. So the plan is not to export to Figure or any aspect of Ojude Oba. The plan is to make other tribes from different parts of the world experience it with us. If I answer your question.
Yeah, he does. Talking about keeping traditions of Ijebu land, where exactly did Ojude Oba start from? How did it start? And also, there are some terms that people don't really understand. And then one of such is reggae.
Yes.
And then another is that who are those that ride versus each King's Forecourt?
Yeah. Ojude Oba started way before I was born. I would say even way before my parents were born. It's been happening for over a century now. There's a story behind it which I don't like to tamper with because I wasn't there. It's one we've been told that was saying, I remember they were talking about Fulanis coming to greet the Awujale back then, and they always come during the Eid period. That's why they decided to do it around the Eid period. That's what we're told. I try not to tamper with that as much as I can. The other question is
It's how let's do that, Rachel. The history and the riders, the terms, who are the riders?
who are the rovers? Okay, so the rovers are people in a particular age group. So they are grouped in 3 years. So let's say people that were born between 1989, 1990 to 1991 and one particular. That's how they are all grouped, all the rovers. And it started since. When they started, it was just Balogons. I think along the line, the Eleshe joined. My family is an Eleshe, but also a royal family because we're not Borbos, we're royals. So I have an envy. Is the Moyegens of Italy at the moment. He loved us riding. And he fought for us to also ride it to the King's Forecourt. Mind you, we were meant to be seated for the Balogons and the elections to visit us. But because we love what they do, we decide to join because it's still part of preserving a cultural heritage. And since it started, we also went up from them. My other cousins, all of us, we're all royals when we ride. Unlike the other people that are Balogons, they are the real warriors, they are real owners of the Ojude Oba. But we love what they do. And we also want to preserve it with them. That's why we decided to join.
Fair enough. So, are there any recommendations you had, seeing how Ojude Oba is changing, or not changing, so to speak?
It's evolving.
Yes, and more people, they say in around the same week, right, the morning, basically, this thing has been happening, but people weren't aware. So what more do you think needs to be done so that we put ourselves at the forefront? Because now I can say, if in Nigeria alone, I mean, there's more, but in Nigeria alone, people live for it. What's going to happen the next Ojude Oba?
Yeah.
Are we going to see Princess Adesile riding? Who should come in with this time? Is Mr. Steve's going to be there? All of this. So how is this transformation going to be sustained, and perhaps even to an economic aspect?
That question is tough for just me to answer, because Ojude Oba has a body, their committees, and they strive to make everything better year by year. You can see last year it's not the same as this year, and they put in a lot of effort to also even have a successful event this year. And I'm sure they're not relenting. They've seen to what extent this year has gone, and by next year there will definitely be more measures to accommodate more people in all ramifications, security, economy-wise, and every other thing you can think of.
All right. I think we'll go on a quick break now, a tea break, and when we return, we delve into other aspects of culture, promoting it, preserving it globally at our fall. Don't go anywhere. Right back.
Culture connects us beyond borders. It's a bridge between traditions, creativity, and the future.
Culture is alive, shaping identities and communities every day.
Art tells stories of resilience and vision.
Artists blend tradition with innovation.
Cultural preservation creates sustainability and empowerment.
Culture evolves and adapts.
Music and dance unites communities through movement.
And right here, in the heart of our cities, artists and creators are keeping these cultures alive.
On Culture Cove, let's explore,
Celebrate
and preserve the arts and culture that define us. Welcome back. We're still here with Princess Adesile. We have been talking about culture, and the conversation continues now. So I'm sure a lot of you already know, but some might not. Your roots in Mexico, you have a restaurant there, and it might be mind-boggling as people because they're used to hearing Nigeria behaviors in the UK, Canada, the USA. For Mexico, especially with the language divide, what drew you there, and tell us about what you're doing there.
I love places that understands their culture and they also appreciate it. And Mexico is one of those places. Mexico is really beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And they don't take their culture lightly. For example, when they celebrate the Day of the Dead, it's very special to them. They even celebrate people that have died here over a century ago. And I see how important that is to them. It means that they don't joke with what they believe. And that honestly aligns with how much I love culture as well. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to be in Mexico. For example, now I sell Yoruba food in Paragon, and a lot of Mexicans try it. Like, they also want to experience what other people eat in other parts of the world. I mean, if they can appreciate other people's culture like that, why can't we also give them a chance to experience their culture?
Just curious, how was your experience in American State?
It's good. It's very similar to ours. They eat a lot of spice. And food is tasty. Well, the popular ones are really tasty. There's some ones that I don't go close to. But they have really nice delicacies.
You're looking at how you're moving now from Nigeria down to Mexico. What are those things that you see in Mexico that just reminds you of home, that something like this happened at home as well? What are those things that you see that anytime you see them, you just reminds of home?
Really, that
Their food is similar to ours. They eat a lot of rice. They eat spices. In fact, they have spices that are way more spicier than the ones we have in Nigeria. That reminds me of and they're very family oriented. That reminds me of Ijebu, because the Ijebu are very into each other. I don't know if you hear it when people say, "Oh, he's my cousin, she's my cousin." One way or the other, we're always intertwined.
That's all they are too.
Interesting. So maybe that's you meet this person today, and then maybe the cousin of a cousin. Yes, so that's pretty nice. I'm telling you, yes.
All right, so what do you have to say about the role of fashion and food in bringing together different culture, and the fact that you're a globetrotter, you've been around the earth. What do you think is that unifying factor that will bring people together, culturally speaking? Because people can always gather for economy, want to do business. Sometimes they gather for politics, power, different things. But culture sometimes can be seen as something that is a bit trivial. So how do you think that's being around the world, that can be a unifying factor that can now lead to the other things where culture leads to finally, culture leads to, togetherness, unity, and
We'll keep using Ojude Oba as a case study because what you just explained, we're already achieving if you Ojude Oba. Ojude Oba is already bringing us back. When I say us, I'm talking about people in my generation and even younger. I'm talking about people from other tribes, bringing them to Ijebu, which is also helping the Ijebu's economy. Because during that time, all the hotels are always sold out. All the restaurants are always sold out. Sailors are always moved. Makeup artists, gile artists, ashoke weavers. Like, you literally answered the question for me because Ojude Oba has answered all these questions because it creates an avenue or opportunity for all these things to happen in one place, which is Ijebu at that time of the year.
what do you think your people did right? Because, like you said, it's showing the way for others. So, take for instance, some other culture watching what should they change to get that kind of reaction? Because especially, I mean, I should note that we also saw you riding Ep010, and that was also a beautiful moment. So, how do other people get that? So, let's do this too.
First of all, I would say originality. There's no point copying because, this is working for this person. There's no point other people trying to replicate the same thing. There are certain distinctive links with different tribes that I feel like other tribes can build on instead of trying to do the same thing that is already working for a particular place. I don't know if I understand what I mean. It doesn't have to be the rebel kind of setting or the horse riding type of setting. Different places have distinctive things. I feel like if everyone builds on what they have, culture will actually move the country further than you will all think about. Originality is very, very important, and that's what's helping Ojude Oba. We don't try to copy any other festival. We don't try to do what any other festival is doing. There's been festivals in Nigeria that has been popular than Ojude Oba in the past, but we don't try to replicate what they do. Still, we do what we do till it got the recognition it needed, and now everybody wants to be a part of it.
So, there's persistence as well.
Oh, yeah. It's been consistent for over a century.
You're talking about originality as a royal. What are those things what are those traditions or lessons that you grow up with that you will not pass to the next generation? I mean, now we are seeing a veteran riding as well, your age over. So that has been one of them, but I really passed it down. What are those other traditional international lessons you lost past that year after the issue?
No question. It's good. It's way more than just tradition. Excuse me. Morals are very, very important. So, like, I was born royal. My parents never segregated me from every other person. I grew up with every other person on the streets. I went to public schools and mingled with every other person in town. I understood what respect means. I mean, those particular things are very, very important. Regardless of where you are, or who you are, or where you're from, or who your parents are. There's some certain there's some certain things we need to actually imbibe as an adult so we can also put in our kids. Humility, honesty. Don't try to be smarter than what you think you are. Other people have been there before you. Other people are smart as well. But don't try to now outsmart somebody that has been there before you. If you understand what I mean. And then you just need to be consistent. if you've chosen to do something, be consistent. Let people see how good you are at the thing. Don't cut corners. I feel like that's just morals. Once you're morally upright, everything will fall in place at the right time.
I think what I also love to chip in again is language, because at the moment now we're seeing that the young generation will prefer to speak a different language than Beto dialects and also languages that Nigerian languages or African languages. What do you think can be done to encourage the young generation so that they can also be further speaking their language?
This question is hard for me to answer because I also have friends who are not even interested in speaking Yoruba at all. Like, personally, I've tried. Try and speak Yoruba now. Tó bá sọ Yoruba. Báwo ló ṣe ṣe kọ́mọ ẹ̀ gan bó ṣe ń sọ Yoruba? But they are not interested. So, individual differences is also a factor. Some people, yes, are keen to, but some people are not interested at all, no matter what you try. So that question is hard for me to answer. Is actually hard for me to answer. I love my language. I wish I can speak my language better than I'm speaking. I've done a lot of interviews in Yoruba. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, your Yoruba is so good." And in my own mind, Yoruba is so good. I still want to speak better Yoruba. There are some deep words that I don't even understand that I'm willing to learn. But it's not everybody that has the same enthusiasm towards the language. So,
Or if I can, even just chip in on help with to answer that question, I personally seeing you speak, there's a little interaction there where you're speaking your language. It makes me want to be a part of that. So I think living it is enough sometimes for people to also.
you think so?
Yeah, I mean, people want to do like.
People are believing it, I've seen a lot of people speak Yoruba, encourage people to speak Yoruba. They even create an avenue where you can learn for free. But some people are still not interested. How do we tackle those people?
I think we'll have to, have a special meeting for them. But the thing is, when you have this sort of, how do you say, there's a party and you're not allowed pain. And when you see a lot of everybody speaking their language, I know when you were kids, people might hide when they don't speak a language.
Yeah.
When you become older, it's a thing of pride. So you need to speak it. So I guess we'll just round off with this. The world is moving, the world is changing. How do you think culture can intersect with technology to take us forward? Because using Ojude Oba again as an example, is that there are a lot of people commenting now as though they were with the movement since time immemorial. They're saying, no, this shouldn't be there. Well, you didn't know about it, but you do now. So how do we encourage people? I mean, even using your personal brand and page, so many people have known about Ojude Oba tree. So how do we employ it rather than see it as maybe something we're fighting that is cultural versus technology? How do we combine as they can, at the end of the day, for the betterment of cultural preservation?
I don't think we're fighting culture and technology at the moment because technology has actually helped culture in a lot of areas. Ojude Oba, for example, this same thing we've been doing. It's been happening for time immemorial. But now, social media is allowing a lot of people to know more about it. That's culture and technology working hand in hand. So I don't think culture is a stumbling block to technology. Neither is technology a stumbling block to culture. So I feel like they are working at par, helping each other. The more we invest in technology, the more we can use technology to show the world what our culture is, and the more we preserve it.
Thank you so much, Your Highness. I want to chip in one more first. And like in a very quick one, to just from where she's talking about social media, because I know that before Ojude Oba started, there's this campaign of full-blooded
Ijebu.
Exactly, SDI, and it's really there.
There's full-blooded Ijebu, there's CIA, certified Ijebu ally, and there's Ojude Oba online here.
So, and probably belongs to that last one. So, what should we really want to see a Ojude Oba for next year? I'm learning from the lessons of this year, looking forward to more several other things that you'd love to see.
Next year, I want to see a more glamorous event, 100%. More people trooping in, not just Ijebus, not just Yorubas, not just Nigerians. I want other people from other parts of the world to also experience our rich culture because Ijebu culture is super rich. And yes, we'll be willing to accommodate them in a very conducive environment better than this year, definitely, because we're working towards making Ojude Oba even better and bigger for everyone to experience it as.
Thank you so much. All right, so before we go, let's take a look at our wise saying of the day. So, Princess, please help us with it.
Today's wise saying goes as, "Now for afternoon, then they find blank goat too, because you know if you look for blank goat."
What do you think about it? We want to go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something about that we should make hay while the sun shines, ensure that you do things at the right time for everything. Not so sick party.
Indeed, I can imagine trying to find the black bits at night.
You're just gonna see nothing.
So make AY the sun shines. It's let's on another figure about try. That's all we have for today. See you next time. It's been a great one on Culture Cove. Bye for now.